Hey everybody, and welcome back to Lindsay's Little Library. So I'm here today with my February wrap up. For being a short month, I'm very happy with the 6 books that I read. Considering January, I only read 4, which, you know, I keep reminding myself it's not about the numbers. Like, if you have time to read and you love to read and I'm reading, then I should be happy with it. And I am, so. But 6 books felt a lot better, for sure. Okay, so let's get in and talk about what I read. The first book I read was Shiver by Ali Reynolds. I feel like I must have borrowed this to somebody because I don't know where it is. Story of my life, right, you guys? Lose my books all the time. But Shiver, oh, I did. I borrowed it to my friend Lindsay. She has it. I remember now. I gave it 4 stars. This is a suspense mystery that takes place at a ski resort in the Swiss Alps. And we have our main cast of characters, which is really 5 people. And how do I explain it and not give too much away? So we have dual timelines, mystery in the past, mystery in the present. We have this group of people who have not been in contact in quite a while coming together at this ski resort. And the last time that they were together, there was tragedy. And so they're all brought together under this kind of reunion guise or umbrella. And some are hoping to like finally kind of clear up what happened in the past. And let's just say when they get there, things don't necessarily go as planned. And it's creepy and it's fantastic. And I don't know what, there's times I don't know what's going on or who's doing what or who to believe. It was awesome. Love the mystery in the past, loved it in the present. And I finished this right around the time that the Winter Olympics started. And so it centers around a bunch of snowboarders. And then the snowboarding competition was on. And I'm like, well, this is kind of cool. I wonder who killed who. But I mean, obviously didn't, but it was really good. 4 stars again, very suspenseful. I kind of compare it to No Exit, where it was this constant like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen next? What are you gonna do? Where are you gonna turn? How do you survive? Vibe to it. Not quite as suspenseful the entire book, just more in the present. If that makes any sense at all, I hope it does. Next one I picked up was for book club. I read Midnight at the Blackbird Cafe by Heather Weber. I give this one 4 stars, probably more like a 3.5 to 4 star. I also enjoyed this one. A little bit of a magical realism to it. So we have Anna Callow, who is coming back to her town in Wicklow, Alabama. She lived there no, she never lived there. Her grandmother lived there. And her grandmother passed away and she has to go and kind of settle her estate, which is at the Blackbird Cafe. And so part of that deal is that she has to run this cafe, I want to say for like 90 days, 60 days, 90 days, something like that, before the estate basically kind of goes to her. What's really unique about the Blackbird Cafe is that they have the Blackbird pie, which some people insist contain a little bit of magic. And so you get this, like I said, this little taste of magic in this book. Really great family dynamics. You get to understand kind of what happened in the past that caused Anna's mom to leave this town and not come back. It was just a really good story. I really enjoyed it. So I do highly encourage you picking this up, and you will definitely crave pie while you're reading that book. Sorry. Next one I read was Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover. I read this on my Kindle. This is Colleen Hoover's newest book. It's so good to have a good Colleen Hoover back. I flew through this book, gave it 5 stars. Really follows our main character. She's a troubled young mother who is just released from prison for a horrible mistake she made in the past. And so she's just kind of yearning for redemption and trying to figure out where to go and what to do from here. It is, as always, heartbreaking and just leaves you feeling torn, and it was just fantastic. It was fantastic. I loved it. So yeah, 5 stars. Pick that one up. The next one I read was The Widow by Fiona Barton. I gave this one 4 stars. This one we have multiple perspectives. We have the widow, the detective, and the reporter, all centering around this story. And we also have a little bit of dual timeline, a little bit of past and present. So Jean Taylor is our widow, and police start asking her questions around her husband, and what he had potentially done in the past, and centering around kind of who he is now. And it kind of begs the question of, is she being truthful, or is she still trying to cover for him? And how far does that spousal loyalty kind of go? And that's all I'm going to leave it as. So I enjoyed it. I've had this book on my shelves for quite a while. I'm glad I got through it. I definitely will pick up more Fiona Barton. I did enjoy her writing. I found out this is the first in a series, or it wasn't intended to be a series at first, but turned into one where it follows the reporter through more books. So I may check those out because, again, I liked it. It was good. Next book I picked up was Finley Donovan is Killing It by Elle Cosimo. What did I give this one? 5 stars. I was gonna say, I think I should have given it 5 stars. The first line alone is worth 5 stars. Okay, first line of the book. It's widely known fact that most moms are ready to kill someone by 8:30 a.m. on any given morning. Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, so this follows Finley Donovan, who is a struggling author, and she's meeting her editor, or her agent. Her editor, I don't know. She's meeting somebody. And she is overheard discussing the plot of her new suspense novel to her agent over lunch. And she's mistaken as a contract killer and inadvertently accepts an offer to dispose of a problem husband in order to make ends meet. And this is a ride. This is such a ride. It's like she's put in this position where you're like, well, what else are you going to do? And it goes from there. It's fantastic. I really enjoyed it. It's funny. There's a little bit of a love story in it. There's a little bit of mystery in it. It's so enjoyable. I really liked it. I compare this to the Janet Ivanovich books, the Stephanie Plum novels. Like Finley kind of reminded me a little bit of Stephanie Plum, where she's kind of finds herself in these situations, not really knowing how she got there, and figures it out. So really enjoyed it. 5 stars. That one's gonna be hard to beat for a while. I really liked it. And the last book that I read was off of my Kindle, called Unspeakable Things by Jess Laurie. This one I gave 3 stars to. Good book, just not like blow me away. So it follows our main character, and she's 12 years old. And so she's living in the country in a little small town in Minnesota when some sort of mystery starts happening that's affecting some of the boys from her class. They're being abducted and they come back different. And so she's kind of trying to figure it out along the way. She befriends one of her neighbors to kind of help her along. It is set in the 80s, which I did love all the 80s references in it. That was super fun. The struggle I had is because we're from a 12-year-old's perspective. So some of the things that were going on, she couldn't totally explain, but part of me is like, it's not like an 8-year-old's perspective, which it just felt like a younger perspective than 12. But still enjoyed it. It was creepy, just enough creepiness, just enough disturbing, but I liked it. It was good. So I just finished that yesterday. So books I'm reading right now is The Ruin, and I can't think of the author. I'm listening to that book. My sister-in-law gave like such high praise about it. I'm only about an hour in, so we're just kind of getting into like the mystery part of that, but it kind of centers around some siblings. One of them ends up dying. It was ruled a suicide, but the sister is insistent that it's not, and kind of goes from there. Really liking that one. Also picked up Jodi Picoult's new book, which I left downstairs, but I'm only like 8 pages into it so far, but so far it's good. And, I do have to read a book for book club. Let me grab it. Our book club pick for March is A Flicker in the Dark by Stacey Willingham. I don't know anything about it. Don't even want to. I've barely even opened it. So, but I've heard really good things about it. So I got to read that one too. So that's pretty much just what's on the table. Been dying to read Project Hail Mary lately. Plus there's 1,000 other books behind me. Plus middle grade March is going on. So we'll see what happens. I'm kind of loving this mood reading lately, so we're going to keep going with it. Anyways, let me know if you've read any of these books and you want to chat about them below, or let me know kind of what your reading month looked like in February. Always like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I'll see you next time. Bye.